Restoration. We're brought to you by Kind Courtesy, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, and my trusted investment partner. How many of you are on Swift? Nana, how much are you saving? 10 cedis a week. That's good because you're a student. That's so good. And now I want every lady, if you love me, if you love this show, I want you to pick up your phone and dial *721#. *721#, and you will be saving to get yourself whatever you want. And I always tell you that when you're saving by Swift and it happens that you need something, let's say you get sick or you need money to pay your school fees, you don't really have to go and take your investment. Dayless can actually give you money to take care of that issue whilst your investment is still intact. And all they do is you don't even take a collateral because you already have money in your investment, so your investment becomes your collateral. So ladies, I keep telling you, I love you so much. I want us to all buy the Bentleys and the Ferraris and all of that in the future. So please, every day, 1 cedi for Stacy. So it's just like seeing me on the streets of Accra and asking you, Charlie, mommy, 1 cedi. So send my 1 cedi to Swift every day and you will be getting your interest and you will be building your future. I'd also want to say a very big thank you to Special Ice Mineral Water and Special Drinks, my favorite. I see you people love the ginger. So today I brought you a lot of ginger. And I also want to say a very, very big thank you to GTP. GTP is celebrating 50 years of clothing us all over the world. And if you are Ghanaian and you are proud, I think you should give GTP a big round of applause. I'm also saying thank you to my magic woman here in the house, Nancy Black. Nancy, thank you very much for my makeup. And to Roji One Studio, Roji, thank you very much. Roji is at Dakuman Kokompe. Roji, thank you very much for my hair. And to Ophelia of ABS Collection, Ophelia, thank you very much for this simple but classy blazer. Thank you all so much. We wake up every morning with expectations, but not really knowing what we are about to face for the day. Today, we will be hearing a story from a young man who started his day off beautifully, but ended up tragically. Please let's welcome our guest for today, Solomon. Solomon, how are you? Have a seat.
Fine, madam.
Well, I'm sure most of you are wondering the kind of intro I gave. Well, Solomon is one of the survivors of the Melcom disaster. You remember? You remember that disaster? Where were you that day when you heard the news? You were home, school, market. I remember where I was. I was in bed. I wasn't well. I remember very well. Solomon, how are you?
I'm fine, madam.
How long have you been working for Melcom?
Actually, 4 years, getting to 5 years now.
Wow. On that day, when you woke up in the morning, what was the first thing you did?
I prayed to my God, took my bath, brushed my teeth, and set out to work. That was the thing I did in the morning.
So you prayed that morning?
Yeah, I prayed.
What did you ask God?
I asked God for guidance. Yeah, and God to take me to work and bring me back safely.
So when you got to work, what was the atmosphere?
It was cool. Like when I got to work, I saw some of my colleagues inside already. I went and, I mean, when you get to work, you have to register.
You have to sign.
You have to sign, yeah, that you are at work. So after signing, I went out, ate some rice and came back inside.
So you went out to eat and came back?
Inside.
So how did it happen? Did the building shake? Did you guys see anything that could prompt you that something like that could happen?
Yeah, we saw it the building collapsed on Wednesday. We saw it, I think it was Sunday that we saw it. Yeah, a pillar. There was a way off on the pillar. So we narrated it to our manager, and our manager told us
was it a crack?
No, it was like the plastering.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was peeling.
Yeah, it was peeling. So we told our manager, and he told us that it's not an issue that it can make the building collapse, but it's just the plastering. So they will take the picture of it and send it to the management at the head office so that they will do something about it.
At that time, were you people not scared? I mean, who would see a peel over a wall and think it could collapse a building?
The first time that we saw, we were scared because when you see actually how the pillar was, yeah, you think of a building collapsing. Yeah.
Oh. So, when you entered, how did it collapse? I mean, was there a shake? Was there a vibration before it came crashing?
No, it was just a sound. Part of the pillar which was cracking. Some of the cement went off and hit a gas cooker which I was standing beside.
Wow.
Yeah, so when it hit on the cooker, the glass broke, and all of a sudden, within 3 seconds, we heard noise from upstairs. The building collapsed.
Were there customers in the building?
No, at that time the shop was not open.
Oh, so all the reports we had that people were going to shop, you had not opened?
No, we had not opened shop. We used to open at 10 o'clock. But around when the building collapsed, it was around 9:30, 9:40. That's the time the building collapsed because we were having a morning devotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we used to have.
So you pray every morning?
Yeah, every morning before we open the shop.
Wow. So during devotion, how was your praise? Now that he's telling me they actually pray before they open.
Actually, I'm a type that I don't like praying. I go to church.
I like that.
I don't like praying, but that day, when I was coming to work, my auntie called me in a church and told me that, where are you? And I told her I'm on my way going to work. Yeah, I'm in a church. At that time, I was listening to music. Yeah, I was listening to gospel. It was Stoneboy.
Hey, Beam Nation.
Yeah, I was listening to Stoneboy's track, and she called me, and she told me that I should pray before I get to work. And I said, okay, I'll do that. So I paused the music, prayed. So when I finished praying, I continued listening to the music.
At least you were obedient.
Yeah. So that day when it was the time for the morning devotion too, I remembered what my auntie told me and I prayed.
So you gave it your all?
Yeah. Wow. No matter, I don't pray when they are doing it. Okay. I just sing the praises. Where during the praises, I sing, and that's why I don't pray. I just close my eyes and
then you watch them pray.
Yeah.
So the 3 seconds you're talking about, can you describe it to us?
I don't think I can describe it because
Try.
I didn't see anything.
All you saw was the block
hitting on the gas stove.
The gas stove.
Yes.
The glass.
And the building, the lights. Well, there were many lights inside, so it began to go off one by after the other. Yeah, that's.
Were people screaming?
Yeah, people were screaming.
And the gates were locked?
The gates were locked. When we enter into Melcom shop and you're a staff, you don't have to go out again. That's so the measures there.
Did you see the crash, the building coming from the top?
I didn't see it, but I heard it. Like I had
On
a
which
feel
floor
that
were you?
I was at the ground floor.
Okay.
I had a feeling that the building was coming down.
And what did you do?
I didn't do anything. I was just standing there. One girl who was standing in front of me ran towards me and held me. So after that, I didn't see anything again.
Oh, so the next time you could see, where were you?
I was under the building. I collapsed. And so when I came back, I saw that where I was, I didn't see anything. It was dark. And so I was able to bring my phone out and put on the torch and see how it was inside. It was very bad.
And how bad?
You see fridges. Where I was, it was like I went into the warehouse. When the building collapsed, I didn't know what pushed me, but I went into the warehouse with two girls. The girl who ran towards me and some other girl. The other girl was lying on my left side, and the girl who ran towards me died on my laps.
Wow.
Yeah. And there was one guy at my back. So I was sitting down in this position with my head facing down and my right arm on the girl's back. Yeah. And there was a pillar on my right hand.
Is that what caused?
Yeah. That was what caused my hand. Right now, I cannot bend my hand. I've done about 2 surgeries on this. Right now, my doctor is saying he cannot do anything about it again. Yeah. It's left with this finger and the thumb. I cannot raise the thumb well, and the vein of this finger too is stuck. I cannot bring it down. Yeah. So with this injury, I cannot write. I cannot hold a pen and write.
So when you woke up to find someone dead on your lap, someone beside you, did she survive, the other lady?
Yeah, the other lady survived.
She survived, yeah. And the guy behind you,
yeah,
he also survived. So I mean, to see someone dead on your lap, was it not enough to get you to even pass out again? I mean, come on. When we all love people, but when people die, we are afraid to even touch them.
Yeah, what you are saying is true, but I don't know what came over me. Actually, when I woke up, I saw that my left ear too wasn't there. Yeah, it was cut off. I didn't know. Yeah, what got it off. You'll be frightened even when they bring a dead person from the mortuary. Can you turn so they see?
Yeah.
When they bring a dead person from the mortuary, you'll be afraid to even get closer.
Close.
But in this situation, she was lying on my laps, and my hand was on her back, and there was a pillar on it. So I had no way to run.
So the pillar was on your hand?
Yeah, for I think it was almost 2 days.
You were there for 2 days?
Yeah, they found me the following day.
So wait, within the 2 days, what were you doing? Were you screaming? Did you have hope of coming out?
No, at first I wasn't having any hope because it was a 6-story building. And who is going to get you out? You cannot even think. Nobody can get you out. Yeah, so we were just praying so that God would direct some people to see us. Yeah.
Within that period, how were you? I mean, were you not hungry? Were you not thirsty?
When the building collapsed, I wasn't thirsty because
no, I could do more.
Yeah, we did more. I was taking my some rice and contemporary with. So I was okay. So it got to a time that I realized that no, I have to take in something. I was hungry. Yeah, I was hungry.
And 2 days.
Yeah, where I was, there was no food, no biscuits or any drink that you can take inside. So what I did was that I drank my urine. That's what I did to survive.
You drank your urine?
Yeah, I was in the position.
Ouch! He just got me.
I was in this position, so I was able to remove, to release the belt and urinated like tossed up my face, and I opened my mouth and drank it. That was what I did.
You see how difficult conditions can get you very creative? Your urine?
Yeah.
Ouch. I mean, look at your faces. who can drink their own urine? They all say, ish.
Nobody.
No, on a normal day, if I should take a cup and ask you to urinate and drink it now, will you?
No, I'll not do that.
You wouldn't, but down there,
yeah,
you had to survive.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Wow. So how many times did you? Gosh, I mean, saying it again is like, how many times did you pee to drink?
Twice. Even I couldn't even urinate, so I forced myself. I was sweating all over. My shirt.
You need water.
Yeah, my shirt, my singlet, my trouser.
So now, after you quenched your thirst, were you not hungry? Wasn't there anything you could get to eat?
Yeah, I was hungry, but I had no option. I just have to stay at where I am.
Was there blood all over you?
Yeah, from my ear and my head.
So at what point did you say, Charlie, as for this one, I have to let go?
When I saw where my hand was and my ear, because the blood was flowing continuously. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I thought it was that this one I should even. I ended up holding my neck and pressing just to die so that I can go.
Oh, you wanted to kill yourself?
Yeah, because I was really suffering. The pain on this right hand was very serious. I tried pulling it out, but I couldn't.
So at what time did your hope light up?
there were two girls, the one which died on my left and the one at my left side. And she told me that I shouldn't cry, I should stop crying so that we pray together. But if we die for God, and if they are able to find us, they live for God. So as we were praying, I had hope that they'll find us.
They'll find you. Yes. But you said you had your phone. Couldn't you call anybody?
No, there was no network. You cannot even see the bus. It was cancelled. The network was cancelled.
Wow.
Yeah, like, let's take it as if you've traveled to a village where there is no network. Yeah, you will not even see any bus which will give you hope to call somebody. Yeah, unless you go and stand on a mountain before you get here.
Or climb a tree.
Yes. Yeah, I was not having any network. I tried calling, but there was no sound. Nothing.
So the phone had become useless.
Useless.
So what prayer did you say when the girl asked you to pray?
I was praying that if I die, God should forgive me my sins so that I can go to heaven. Because human being, you cannot say that you are holy. Yeah, even the way you talk to people, it's a sin. Yeah, and the way you eat, even everything about we, every day we do sin. So I prayed for forgiveness of sin, and I prayed that God should help people find where I am, and even if I die, I'll go to heaven. That's the prayer that I prayed. So
on the second day, because whilst you were down there, there was a lot of work going on outside to ensure that most of you who were alive would be rescued. And I watched it. I stayed by the TV, watched the rescue team with all those big equipment and the tractors. It was, and I was frightened that look at the way they are trying to help these people. What if even this fog lifts stuff, I mean, if you enter, it can, because you can never tell where someone is, the position of someone. So when the tractors and everybody was coming, I saw all those big vehicles, I was scared. I'm sure you heard noise from inside, right?
The machines and people screaming outside.
Could you hear some of your colleagues screaming in the building?
Yes.
What were they saying?
Others were crying, others were praying that God should save us, God should save us.
I couldn't see their faces, the whole place was dark.
The place was dark.
So how did your rescue come by?
Actually, they used to come to where I was. Where I was, it was like an underground.
The basement?
Yeah. When they got me was when I saw that it was an underground. They lifted me up like this before they were able to put me.
So how were they even able to get in to lift you up?
Yeah, I screamed and they heard my voice. Actually, it was not once, two, third. I tried screaming all the time before they could hear me.
What of the other girl by you? Was she also screaming?
No, she wasn't screaming. I was the person who was doing the screaming. They all told me that they were tired, so I should try so that they could save all of us.
So when they heard your voice, what was the first attempt of rescue? How did they get to the basement?
It was one man who heard my voice. They were using the machine. Yeah, and at that time too, they were asking that I will be on Hana, in our local language. I heard the voice and I screamed that yes, Yawahana Mumbai and Hebre. But they didn't hear. I screamed for about 3 times on the time that they were about to rescue me. So the man heard and told the people outside that they should stop using the machine. But he just heard someone.
Some voices.
Yeah. So when they stopped, the man heard me screaming. And he asked me that I'm over him. And I told him that we are at where he is standing. So they should hurry up and break the brakes and get us out, but we are suffering. But at that time, I heard his voice at my back. So I told him to come forward. Yeah, so when he came forward, they broke the brakes and found me.
Wow. So when they broke the brakes and you could see light, you could get air, what was the feeling?
The feeling was different because I've been in heat for a very long time. Yeah. The air that entered it was like you bathing with an ice water. It was very cold. And because of the heat that I've been inside.
Restoration.
What was the first thing you asked for when you got out?
Yeah, actually, I was inside when they broke the wall. I asked for water, and one man told the guy who broke the brick that they shouldn't give me the water.
Why?
I nearly touched it, and the man pulled the water from the other man's hand.
Why didn't he want to give you water?
Somebody was saying that I'll die. When they give it to me, I'll die.
Oh, African belief.
But I know that once I've seen people standing outside, I'll not die. But I just wanted to take something because I was very thirsty.
You should have asked for Fan Yogo. So when they broke the place, I'm just trying to relive it. The peeler was on your hand.
Yes.
And I know Melcom peelers are very huge. I go to Melcom. Yeah. I know how big your peelers are.
Yes.
How were they able to get that huge peeler off your hand?
They couldn't lift the peeler because if you try lifting it, the space that they've created will close again. Wow. So I had no option that they have to pull my hand. So all this came, it went off.
Oops.
Yeah.
So your skin came.
Yeah, not all, but some part.
Majority.
Yeah,
so
majority. They tied my hand with a rope and pulled it. I cried. I cried that day.
And you saw your skin?
Yeah, I didn't see it inside. When they put me in the ambulance was when I saw it. My hand became swollen. I couldn't even lift it. It was very heavy. When they removed me, from my waist to my leg, I couldn't feel anything. Like the cells were dead.
Were dead.
And this hand, the
numb.
cells. Yeah, when you cut me with a knife, I won't hear. I can't feel anything.
And the girl that died, what happened? Were they able to get her out as well?
Yeah, they were able to get her out, but they got me out and got the other guy at my back out before they were able to get the girl out.
And the other girl?
The other girl, she left before they were able to find us because she was not stuck. There were other holes that you can pass and get to the main entrance, so that when you get there, they can be able to pull you from the hole. So
she was able to
crawl. Yeah.
She was really determined to leave.
Yeah. So she left us. So it was left with me, the other guy, and the girl died on my laps.
What the other guy? What happened to him? Did he come out safe?
Yeah, he came out safe, but he got injured on his right leg.
Did the pillar also fall on his leg as well?
Yeah, and my leg too. His leg and my leg was under another pillar too.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was only my left hand and my left leg which was free.
Which hospital were you taken to?
37 military hospital.
When you got there, they gave you a bed and treatment started. Yeah. What were some of the thoughts that ran through your head?
They took me to the emergency, and they cleaned my wound, and they gave me a kente to cover myself. But still, I was feeling cold.
They're feeling cold in Accra?
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. It's so hot here. But because you had experienced a lot of heat.
Yeah, it was midnight.
When they got you out, it was midnight.
Yeah.
Where were your parents?
They were around. They followed the ambulance to 37 military.
So they were waiting by the building?
Yes. Since the time the building collapsed to the time I was found.
You were found?
Yeah.
They were there?
Yes.
What did your mother say she was doing at that time?
When she came to the hospital, she told me that she was disturbed. She was very disturbed because she likes me a lot. Yeah, and at times if she would send any of my brothers, she used to send me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she was afraid, praying that she won't lose me.
So when the doctors came to have a look at you, treat you, what did they say the issue was?
They told me that my hand, which are swollen, will come down. I shouldn't worry, and my left ear, they will fix it for me. And my right leg too was swollen. They told me that everything will be normal, so I shouldn't worry.
And how do you feel now?
I feel okay, but it's all the same. It's not easy, but I'm still coping with it.
Who paid for your treatment?
The company, Melcom.
Melcom paid for your treatment, so all the surgery and everything?
Yes, they are paying for it.
Wow. I think we should give them a round of applause. Because most people will take it for granted. I know people who have worked for companies and have gotten all sorts of injuries, and the companies don't really care. They pay your first bill, your second bill, the third, fourth, they don't really care. They'll tell you to sort yourself out. So I think we should applaud Melcom. And I am worried. Why is doctor saying this cannot be fixed?
Actually, I don't know. He has tried on it.
So now which ones can you use? You can use this
3.
Just these 3?
Yeah, but even this one is no...
It's not very functional.
Yeah, it's not very functional. That's the problem I'm having now, and I cannot bend it this way. I cannot even hold the cup very well. So I do everything with my left hand. I even eat.
So you've had to learn to be a lefty?
Yes.
It's a nerve, right?
Yes.
Who puts the nerve in your body?
God.
So the doctors are not fixers. You believe that?
Yes.
The man who puts the nerve in this finger has the power to let this finger stand still again.
Yes.
You believe that?
Yes, I believe that.
By his stripes, we are healed. I always say that in the confusion of doctors, they will tell you, oh, there is nothing we can do. It's not like there is nothing they can do. They are just confused. Because the Maker does not reveal everything to you until you seek his knowledge and his kingdom.
Yes.
When you have done that, you can tell mountains to move and they will move.
That's true.
So I am looking at your finger and I'm still seeing a very beautiful and active finger that can work.
Yeah.
Seriously. The doctors have done well, but they have gotten to their point. Because you cannot tell the mysteries surrounding the work of God. And when it's just like when they give you homework. When you try, can't you say it's difficult? Is that not what we say?
Yes.
When you try, you can't solve it, you say, oh, this work is difficult. But when the teacher takes your work, he will do what? Do it, because he gave it to you and he knows it's not difficult. So we just have to pray.
Yeah.
We just have to pray, and God kept you alive for a reason.
Yes.
I mean, I watched bodies come out of that building. I watched it on TV, and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't watch any other channel at that time. Like, why? Is it something they have done wrong? So for you to go there, have pillars on your leg, on your hand, have someone die on your lap, it's enough evidence that God is going to do something great with your life. But have you wondered, why it happened? Why it had to be you?
Yeah, I keep thinking about it, that why should it be me? Because when I was about to get employed, I told my father that I like Wednesdays off. Yeah, because I was born on Wednesday and I really like Wednesdays a lot. And he told me that no, I should take Sunday, because on Sunday everybody yeah, it's at home, and I'll go to church. And I told him that after church, I can go to work and come back home. Yeah, and the Wednesday, I'll use it for my rounds. Even if Sunday you are going to the market to buy something, you don't get anything.
Most shops don't open.
Yeah. So I like Wednesday. And he told me that no, I should take Sunday. So I had no option than to agree. Yeah. So he informed the manager that they should give me the Sunday off. I had no option than to take it. Yeah. So if I was to be given the off on Wednesday, like I wouldn't.
But that was not in the purpose of God.
Yes.
There was a fascinating thing I saw some few weeks back. I went to a prayer conference with my husband, and there was this man. He didn't have hands. His limbs are not there. And this man was writing. Ask me how he was writing. He was writing with his leg. Yeah, let me kick off my heels. He put the pen here, and he was writing with his leg. And it wasn't like the writing was terrible, beautiful, nicer than most of our handwritings. And throughout the prayer conference, I was asking myself, how? He writes in italics. I mean, nice with his leg. So sometimes certain situations are built to build you and make you a better person. He could have decided, oh, I don't have hands. If I want to write, you call, oh, Nancy, can you write a letter to my wife for me? Oh, Nancy, can you do this for me? Can you sign this for me? But he saw his situation, realized that is his situation, and has built on it and improved himself. And now I'm jealous and I want to learn how to write with my leg. He's made the situation beautiful. So it is up to you to decide that, listen, I'm going to wallow in self-pity and think that is the end of the world, or I'm going to stand up and let everybody know that, yes, my situation does not determine my future, and it can never determine your future. So how well do you write with your left now?
I don't write. I tried writing with my left hand, but I couldn't. I was really suffering, so right now I'm writing with this right hand.
You can write with the right?
Yes.
Can I have a pen and a paper? I want a pen and a paper, please. I want a pen and a paper. Eben, hurry up. I want all of us to have that sense of belief that we can do all things through who? Right. Who strengthens us. Okay, what will you want to write?
Anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I have my cameraman close? Isaac, come. Oh, I see what he's writing. You want to see what he wrote? Yeah. How about you, new baby? Isaac, come closer to me. I'll let my viewers see it first. This is what he wrote. Now you all want to see? Yes. Is his writing not beautiful? Restoration with Stacy. Solomon, you write beautiful. The writing is so beautiful. It's beautifully done. So you see the power. Yeah. The more you practice, it will start getting straight. The more you practice. Life is filled with practice. Yeah. When they gave birth to us, we couldn't walk. Could you walk?
No.
How did you start? You sat. You sit first. You see, because you don't have a baby, so you think they just crawl.
Right, I sat first.
Yeah, you will sit first.
Yes.
Then you get in the crawl position for a while. Then you begin to crawl. Then you begin to hold on things to stand. After a while, you begin to do the 2 steps, the shaking ones like a drunkard. Then after some time, you begin to walk. And when you have mastered your walk, you begin to do what? Run. So it's one day at a time. And I love how you, because I was thinking you couldn't even, I'm going to keep this. I'm going to frame it and keep it in my office. I love it. That shows the power you have to want to survive. If you've been able to come out from that pit, it means the power you have is stronger than you can even think of. Restoration. So what do you do now? Are you back at Melcom or you're doing something else?
Yeah, I'm back at Melcom and I'm working on my own too. Wow. Yeah, I work
aside the medical bills that they sorted, did they give you compensation?
Yeah.
Was it big?
But now I can't tell. It was my mother and my father who went for it.
Hey, mommy and daddy, we are coming to do accounts. So aside working at Melcom, are you still a sales assistant?
Yeah, I'm still a sales assistant at Melcom.
Which branch are you now?
The industrial area.
Melcom Plus, yes, the big one.
The big one.
Wow. I come there a lot too. Yeah, I'm saying hello to everybody at Melcom Plus, to Ofabedu, Auntie Anita, all of you, to Eunice. You're all incredible people, and I say God bless you and may He continue to protect you. And I believe our God will not let this happen again. Amen. So now when you go to work, how do you feel? I mean, how do your friends receive you?
Most at times, people who don't know my story and what I've been through, let's say the new staff.
The new staff.
When they hear my story, they just, I can see that when I'm sitting at my department, they just come and pass and they'll be looking at me and be wondering how what I did to survive and with this injury. Yeah.
So when they see you write, do they get fascinated?
I don't let,
you don't let them see
that I can write.
And then as Papa, now they've seen you can write.
Only the one that I'm with in the same department.
Okay.
Yes. He's the only person who knows that I can write. Yeah.
And does he get marveled when he sees you write?
Yes.
The first time he saw you write, what did he say?
He told me that with this hand, how am I able to hold a pen and write?
Wow.
But you know, when you are writing, you put it between these two fingers. But how the hand is, I cannot hold it like this, so I put it the second hole here.
Oh.
Yeah. And
that's how you do it, and you press it with the other hand?
I press it here and write. But when I write for, let's say, 10 minutes, then I begin to feel pain.
Then you get tired.
But I know with
time,
it will go.
Aside Melcom, you said you started something on your own. Yeah. What are you doing? What is it?
After the disaster, when I came back home, I'm a type of person who likes music a lot. Yeah, so something told me that I like music, and I was a rapper way back in SHS. So why don't I do something in, I think, this media music thing? Yeah. So I thought it twice of being a sound engineer. Yeah, so I went to a cafe, downloaded the softwares and had a little tutorials, and I started working.
So you started learning it on your own?
On my own.
On the internet?
Yeah, and up to now I'm still learning on my own. I want to further it. I'll be happy when I get someone to teach me more.
To teach you?
Yeah. So that I can do it better.
But do you enjoy any special benefits with this condition at work?
No. No. There are other things that I can do. Like right now, the strength has come down. With this hand, I cannot lift much things. I cannot do heavy duty work. Yeah. That's the situation I'm in now.
Have you ever found yourself asking God, why you?
No. because I know everything happens for a reason. Yeah.
So you are satisfied with how far God has brought you?
Yes, I'm satisfied. And if I was not dead and I'm alive, I should thank God.
So when you heard the number of people who had died, what came through your mind?
Actually, what came through my mind was that God is wonderful. God is a caring man. Yeah. In every situation, God is around. I'm not special to the sense that like God can't kill me, or God knows the reason why
He kept you.
Yeah, He kept me and took the other people.
So who do you blame for this disaster? Who would you blame? Because from your initial narration, you said there was a peal, and you workers complained about it. Who do you blame?
For this disaster, you cannot say that you blame the manager who was with us at that time, the owner of the building, or Melcom. You can never decide. When the building collapsed, people were saying that the building was not well built. Other people were saying that maybe somebody did something to the building. There were many stories, so you cannot decide. You cannot say something about it. You just have to keep quiet. Yeah.
Wow. Sitting here now, looking back on your life, what would you say to God?
I always thank God for how far He has brought me, because it's not easy. Up to now, I still go to hospital. Yeah, I still go to check up.
So have they worked on the ear?
Yeah, recently, October, I went for the surgery.
So the ear was completely off?
Completely off.
Oh, so this is a reconstruction?
Yeah.
Can you come close?
I mean, you can see the hair growing around.
So I can see hair?
Yeah, and when you touch it, I can feel it.
You can feel it, but it feels very hard.
Yes. It was...
Did they have to take skin from somewhere?
Yeah. They opened my stomach and got... I don't know whether it's my ribs or they got something from my stomach and created it inside and sealed it. But it was like for about almost getting to a year.
And all of this was done at 37?
Yes.
Wow.
I went back. So after that year, it was inside. It wasn't out like this. Wow. So I went and they removed my thigh, some part of the skin of my thigh, opened it and cut it and bring the design out and use the skin to cover it. Wow. That's what they did.
Ghanaian doctors?
Yes.
What's the name of your doctor?
Dr. Abrakwa.
Dr. Abrakwa?
Yes.
Wow. Because these are things you see on Dr. 90210, and to see them at 37. And I got the opportunity to see one when we had to do Joy's surgery at Kolebu, and the doctors do so well. I went to the theater and the doctor was listening to radio whilst he was doing the surgery. And I was like, is that how you do it? He says, yes, it's my work. I mean, I have to listen to what is going on the outside world as well. So I think we should applaud all Ghanaian doctors who are doing a very good job. If this had happened a few years back, we would have to fly you out of Ghana to get it fixed. But today we can proudly say we have doctors at 37 and Kolebu who can handle this. Solomon, thank you so much for coming to share your story. And music is soul. So with your passion out on music, I know God is going to build you. So, and I'm going to give you this. I don't think it's huge, but this little opportunity, okay? My husband has a studio. He's a sound engineer. And I've not asked him, and the two shall become what? Wow. Yes. So without permission, I'm offering you to come to the studio. That's the M-Clan Studios is at Kokomlemle, just on the same street as Multimedia, Joy FM. You can come there anytime. Now your family, come and learn. Ebenezer is there. Ebenezer would also help you. He's a very fantastic keyboardist. He would help you. My husband is awesome. If you want the best sound, you should look for my husband. He knows sound. Yeah. I'm sure they will all help you to build you to become a better person. And on that, let me say thank you very much to M-Clan Media, my production company. Thank you. You always make sure that Restoration is looking beautiful out there. People see the show and they're asking, wow, who shot it? Did you shoot in Ghana? Yes, we shoot in Ghana at La Palm Royal Beach Hotel with a Ghanaian crew. Everybody here is Ghanaian, no South African. And it's all by the grace of God and by the magic hands of the CEO of my life, my husband, Kofi Ochiame. Thank you. So if you want a TV show of such quality, if you are looking for a music video, anything production, if you want a song, a hit song, you should come to M-Clan Studios at Fanofa Street, Kokomlemle. It's open to the public. You can come in any day, anytime. Companies, if you're looking for TV commercials, whatever, anything production. If you think lights, cameras, sound, think M-Clan. It's that simple. You guys, you rock. Thank you very much. Niade, thank you. So I also have some little goodie from our sponsor for you, from Yas. You know Yas?
Yeah, I know Yas.
Yeah. Yas, they've heard your story, they love you, and they are saying we should give you this so you can use at home. And we also have Hooch corn flakes, the corn and chocolate flakes. You can take this home, and before you go to work, please make sure you have a bit of hooch. No more rice and kunture. Come on, I'm just kidding. That was a heavy breakfast. And I'll say, God bless you. May He keep you. May He guide you. And like I said, there is more power in you than you can imagine.
Yes.
Because you are made in the image of God.
Yeah, that reminds me, when you talked about the keyboardist, I don't know how to play keyboard, but I'm learning it at church, and I can use this right hand to do something.
So you see, we've made very good headway, and I just love the fact that you have decided that you can do it, and you're doing it. God bless you so much.
God bless you too.
I'd like to say a very big thank you to Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hooch Corn and Choco Flakes, Special Ice Mineral Water, and Special Drinks, to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, where we record all the time. La Palm, thank you very much. To Swift by Daylex Finance, all you have to do, Solomon, is pick your phone, dial *721#. *721#. And it's the best. You know, with Swift, if you were on Swift at the time this incident happened, you wouldn't have even bothered if Melcom was paying or not. Because by that time, you would have had money with Swift. And know what Swift would have done for you? No. They would give you all the money for your medicals and not ask you for a collateral, because they know they have your investment, and your investment becomes your collateral. So your mother and your father wouldn't have to struggle to go around to look for money to support you. Yes. Is that not amazing?
It's amazing.
So I'm advising everybody to pick their phones, and the comfortable thing about Swift is you don't have to go to the bank. Your account number is your phone number, so you can do your transaction from wherever you are. From your office, from your home, your kitchen, your classroom, your way, Nancy, your studio, yeah, everywhere. So please, let's pick our phones, *721#, and we are all on Swift. I also want to say a very big thank you to GTP. GTP celebrating 50 years of clothing all of us with beautiful fabric. We're saying God richly bless you. To Nancy Black for my makeup, Roji, thank you. Kokompe Eye Clinic, I'm saying very big thank you. And of course to Ophelia of ABS Collection, Dancerman Zodiac. Ophelia, God richly bless you. Solomon, it has been amazing. Thank you very much for coming. And I believe this hand is going to work very soon. I believe it. And always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you same time next week.
Come to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through. And it's just for you.